This recent war proved it. Look at all these billionaire Russians who fair and square bought property in London by the law, paid their price, paid the stamp duty, stuck to the rules. Then the president of their country did something, and then the British government came along and just took all their houses off.
Let me get this straight. Russian billionaires have purchased a property in London, but can't really keep them. I don't think that they care. But that's not the point of the video that I'm making today. The point of the video today is for me to elaborate on why Top G himself, the man that was banned by every social media platform out there, but still tends to exist on every one of them. And I honestly don't care because I love this dude. Don't you? We all do. He's hilarious, he's funny, and he speaks the truth. The point of today's video is why Andrew Tate dislikes real estate.
No, I think the thing is, Andrew, you are a straight talker, right? And that's one of the things I think so many people love about you. You say it absolutely as it is. And my fear is, if you say, real estate's dangerous, this is dangerous, people will not know what to do, and they'll end up doing nothing, leaving their money in the bank.
That's true.
Help us out.
Okay, that's true.
Help us out.
When I say real estate is dangerous, now, firstly, you can make money with real estate. You can make money with real estate. I'm not saying it's dangerous from that perspective. I'm talking about my own personal ideology. Yeah. My personal ideology is I don't want to be within control of a government. I don't want a government to control me.
Ladies and gents, for the record, let's just get a few things straight. Number one, he does not dislike real estate. He dislikes owning real estate. But then again, it's very contradictory because he goes on to say something like,
I can't say you don't make money in real estate. And I'm also not saying I don't own any.
You do own property.
Of course I do.
At this point, you're probably hella confused. You're like, yo, this dude goes on to preach that he does not like owning real estate, but then goes on to say that he owns a bunch of it. Yo, bro, make it make sense. What's going on? Why does he keep on saying that? So, long story short, guys, what he's trying to say is that, okay, hold on, let's just stop right there. What does Andrew Tate always preach? He always says the word matrix and that he wants to stay as far away as possible from the matrix. He does not want the matrix to control him. He wants to live outside of the matrix. What is the matrix? The matrix is the government. I feel like at this point I sound like him too.
When I talk about the matrix, I'm talking about the systems which have been created by society, which are deliberately designed to enslave. And you're existing inside of a system which is deliberately rigged. The matrix is trying to control your mind. They're very good at it.
I'm gonna try as much as possible to not sound like him. But his whole point is that he doesn't want the government to have control of his assets. So on paper, even if he owns these assets, all this real estate, all these properties, whatever, on paper, he doesn't own it. On paper, the owner of all these entities are just probably not him. Someone else, a different company, a different LLC, etc., etc. I feel like you're still pretty confused, right? Well, if you are, that makes sense. Let me try to break it down for you in this manner. As somebody that's been in the real estate space for, let's just say many, many years, I've bought and sold, I've flipped and held. With my experience and knowledge that I have, I want to say that Top G is spot on with what he's trying to preach.
I own the house I live in. No, sorry, I don't. An entity in a company, blah, blah, owns the house I live in.
See, you should technically never really own any assets, any properties under your name, right? Haroon Nalzadi should not own any properties under his name. He can, but most of his assets should not be there. Andrew Tate might have 1 or 2 homes under his name, Andrew Tate, but most of his assets are not under Andrew Tate. What you should do, this is for liability and legality reasons, if anybody ever wants to come after you, aka the Matrix, you should have all of your assets under an LLC, a limited liability company. So the way it works is you're gonna have an LLC, limited liability company, owns your assets. The LLC is owned by a holding company. The holding company is owned by a trust. Trust, holding, limited liability company, holds all of your assets. I know, bruv, that's a lot of levels. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a reason why there's so many levels to this, right? In most of the Western world, when you set up your accounts like that, where the entities own your assets, you are protected and safe. It might not be the case in Russia. I'm sure in Russia, it doesn't matter who owns the assets. It could be an entity, it could be a trust, could be you. The government's probably not gonna give a fuck. They'll probably come after you with AK-47, sipping on vodka, and just take whatever belongings you have, and it's theirs now, right? But in most of the Western world, that's not the case. So when you have your account set up in that manner, we have the trust, the holding company, and the LLC. Technically, your name doesn't own the properties. Haroon Nalzadi does not own these properties. Andrew Tate doesn't own them, right? The LLC does, but the LLC is his. That holding company owns the LLC. The holding company is his. The trust owns the holding company, and the trust is his. Not on paper, but technically it's his. So that's how he sets these things up. I just wanted to come out here and make that video and clarify that to the audience, because I know that his audience, Andrew Tate's audience, is very, let's just say, younger, right? And they don't really understand what he means by saying, yo, I don't want to own any real estate. In reality, he owns it. He just protects it in that manner, which he is very intelligent to do so. So I don't want to discourage all of you out there that want to go ahead and buy properties to not buy it because Top G doesn't want to buy it. And if you're the type of person that doesn't do what Top G doesn't do, then let me clarify that and make it make sense to you that that's not what he means. All right, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. Hopefully that video made sense to you. I wish you all luck and success. As always, show me some love, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.
If I didn't think that way, then I'd be a lot less opposed to real estate. I mean, a house is always going to be worth something. It ain't going to go to zero.